Have you ever just looked around and felt like you're living through a major turning point in history? Well, futurist Peter Leyden thinks we are. And he's got this incredible framework for understanding the huge changes that are happening all around us. So let's dive into his big idea, the Great Progression.
Does that feel familiar? I mean, on one hand, we've got these unbelievable new technologies just exploding onto the scene. But on the other hand, it feels like our political systems, our social systems, they're all kind of cracking under the pressure. Leyden calls this feeling of whiplash a period of huge contortions.
So is all this mess just random chaos? Or is there maybe a hidden pattern to what's going on? Well, Leyden makes a pretty bold claim. What we're living through isn't new at all. It's actually a predictable cycle that's happened over and over in American history. And if we understand it, it can give us a kind of roadmap for what's ahead.
Leyden actually has a name for this exact moment we're in, the Great Progression. And the key here is that it's not just about old stuff breaking down. It's about the amazing opportunity we have right now to build something new and way better in its place.
To really get a handle on where we're going, we first have to look back, because Leyden's research points to this fascinating pattern. It seems America completely reinvents itself roughly every 80 years.
Okay, so check this out. This timeline is kind of wild when you see it laid out. You've got 4 huge turning points: the founding of the country, the Reconstruction after the Civil War, the massive boom after World War II, and, well, right now. And look at the dates. Each one is about 80 years apart. It's a moment when the country has to basically hit the reset button to move forward.
And here is where it gets super interesting. Every single one of these 80-year cycles follows the exact same 3-part story. First, the old way of doing things just stops working. Then, you get this period of intense political fighting, where everyone's battling over what to do next. But, and this is the hopeful part, out of all that conflict comes this 25-year explosion of innovation that builds a whole new world.
You know, the last time this cycle played out really wasn't that long ago. Just think about the world that came into being after World War II. It was basically born from the ashes of the Great Depression and all the political chaos of the 1930s.
And that 25-year boom that followed, man, it was a total transformation of society. This is when the modern American middle class was really built. It's when we got the interstate highway system, the suburbs as we know them. It was a complete reinvention of the American way of life.
Okay, so if we're at the beginning of one of these new 25-year booms, what are the big technologies that are going to define our era? Leyden says to watch out for 3 huge tipping points that are all happening right now.
And what's so wild about this moment is that we're not just getting one of these world-changing revolutions, we're getting 3 of them at the same time.
No surprise on the first one, it's the one we're all talking about, artificial intelligence. And Leyden's take is that this is absolutely not hype. He thinks AI is going to be the single most important technological story of our entire lives.
I mean, that is such a powerful way to think about it. The steam engine literally amplified our muscle power and kicked off the Industrial Revolution. AI is about to do the same exact thing for our minds. Just try to imagine what that means for everything. Science, medicine, education, you name it.
All right, the second revolution is all about energy. We are in the middle of a huge shift to clean energy, and it's happening way faster than a lot of people realize.
Now, this is the absolute key to understanding clean energy. It's not a commodity like oil that you have to keep digging up. It's a technology. And what do technologies do? They get better and cheaper over time as we make more of them. That's a fundamental economic shift, and it's going to reshape the entire planet.
And hey, you don't have to take my word for it. Just look at the numbers. It is already cheaper to build a brand new solar plant than a brand new coal plant. As that trend continues, clean energy just becomes the obvious economic choice. Okay, so the third revolution. This one is maybe the most mind-bending of them all. Bioengineering. We are right on the edge of being able to literally design and program living things. I mean, this is stuff that was pure science fiction just a little while ago.
And to give you a sense of just how fast this is moving, you've heard of Moore's Law, right? The thing that powered the entire digital age? Well, get this. The cost to sequence a human genome, to read our own biological code, has been falling twice as fast as Moore's Law. The implications of that are, well, they're almost impossible to imagine.
So what happens when you put these 3 incredible forces together? I mean, what kind of world can you build with superintelligence, with limitless clean energy, and with the ability to engineer biology itself? The answer, Leyden argues, is a world that's defined by abundance, not by scarcity. This table really lays it out perfectly. We're moving from a world where things like intelligence, energy, and materials are scarce and expensive to one where they can become abundant and cheap for everyone. Just imagine a future where every kid is a personal AI tutor, where our homes are powered by clean energy that's nearly free, and where the stuff we buy is made from materials that just biodegrade when we're done.
And Leyden's vision here goes way beyond just a new economy. He believes that with these tools, we can build a fundamentally new kind of civilization, one that's way more sustainable, more fair, and more prosperous for everybody.
This is really our challenge, but it's also our opportunity, right? We have the tools to redesign our most basic systems. From our economy to how our governments work, we can build a future that's more sustainable, more democratic, and better equipped to handle big global challenges. But it's up to us to actually do it.
So the next time you feel overwhelmed by all the chaos in the news, just try to remember this framework. We aren't just living through some messy, chaotic time. We're living at the very beginning of a new era of invention. The choices we make today, the things we build, the values we prioritize, all of that is going to define the next 80 years. The future is unwritten, and we're the ones holding the pen. So, what kind of world are you going to help create?